in an effective manner. And it is a collective work. Actually, let me tell you, it is a NAAC work. It is a collective work. Everyone has to contribute, and everyone has to involve and dedicate himself for the NAAC process or the NAAC assessment thing. And anyway, education is a fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable manner in the society. Nowadays, it expects, but from the point of quality parameters and to elevate the qualities, that quality in the higher education, in the quality circle, it is the most important aspect. But anyway, NAAC is also doing wonderful work in connection to that, actually increasing the quality as well as infrastructure facility or involving the faculty members in an effective manner. It is very important thing nowadays. And anyway, the NAAC is doing excellent work in connection to the improvement of the quality as well as other research component and other things. Actually, it is involving faculty members in the NAAC process. Let me introduce the concept of NAAC. What is NAAC? What is assessment? And how the assessment process are taking place? And what are all the parameters? And how actually the teachers will have to prepare themselves for the NAAC process? That is very, very important thing. NAAC, it means National Assessment and Accreditation Council. NAAC means National Assessment and Accreditation Council, which is an autonomous institution established by the University Grant Commission to assess and accredit higher education institution of India. Or in India, it is one of the UGC is the autonomous body. It is regulating almost all the higher education, the entire education in higher education institution, and it guiding and it is promoting the quality in the higher education scenario. And the UGC, in fact, established the NAAC to assess the colleges or their how actually where they are exactly standing, how they are promoting the quality, and how they are functioning. Everything it is assessed by the NAAC. It is an outcome of National Education Policy of 1986. In the National Education Policy Action Plan, in the year 1992, it advocated to establish an independent body to assess the quality of the educational institutions. After that, the consequently National Assessment and Accreditation Council was established in 1994 as an autonomous institution of the University Grant Commission, which is having its headquarters at Bangalore. And even earlier, actually, one more regional office was there in Delhi. Now, actually, it got shifted to Bangalore. Anyway, it is in Bangalore. Headquarters is in Bangalore. With regarding to the governance of the NAAC, NAAC functions through its general council. Actually, there are two committees are there in the NAAC office. One is the general council, another one is executive council. These two bodies are managing the administrative and academic committees of the NAAC, and particularly other academic matters are also played important role in the quality circle, where educational administrators, policymakers, and academicians across the higher education system are represented in this body. The chairman of the UGC is the president of the General Council of NAAC and chairperson of the Executive Council, as in that the Executive Council chairperson is an eminent academician nominated by the president of General Council. The director is the academic and administrative head of the NAAC, and is also NAAC director is also member secretary of both General Council and as well as Executive Council. And even NAAC actually has got the core academic ideas, and even it is supported by the academicians as well as technical and even technocrats. Everybody is contributing to the further carry forwarding that NAAC process. Anyway, NAAC has got the experience of 27 years. The NAAC has got its own success story. NAAC is promoting or promoted that in connection to the establishment of the IQAC cell. Everyone is a part of IQAC cell. Every college will going to have the IQAC cell to introduce or to carry forward the quality aspects and even programs. Everything it is carried out by the IQAC, Internal Quality Assurance Cell. It is one of the powerful body. The IQAC coordinator is next to the principal. His position is next to the principal. Everything has to be chalked out and decided by the IQAC team itself. That's my idea. More than actually almost all the institutions established IQACs for the quality improvement. NAAC's process is based on global quality assurance practice and norms as well as good practice. That is called APQN, Asia Pacific Quality Network. As per the Asia Pacific Quality Network, the NAAC, in fact, started the work on the basis of the quality as well as to elevate the Indian higher education system to the international level. That was the one of the major focus at the time. Now also NAAC and UGC is trying hard to elevate the Indian education system to the international standard. The students should not feel that they are not supposed to think that actually Indian education system is inferior to Harvard or Cambridge or any foreign universities. International Network for Quality Assurance Agencies and Higher Education, INQAAHEE. As per that, actually, the UGC as well as NAAC is trying hard to elevate the Indian education system. And the role of NAAC in the development of higher education, it is very important aspect. The Indian higher education system is the one of the biggest system in the, perhaps actually as per as connection to my knowledge, one of the biggest organization or one of the biggest enterprises.
Hello.
Hello.
Your slide is not visible. Only starting slide is displaying, sir.
Oh, sorry. Not visible.
Yes, sir. Only first slide is visible, sir.
Okay. One ಮೊದಲನೇ slide ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Now just check me. Is it moving?
No, sir.
No, sir.
ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ವಿಡಿಯೋ
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಇದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಆಗಿದೆ. ಶೇರ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅದು ಕಾಪಿ?
ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಫೈಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಸರಿ. Sir, I'll rectify that one. Okay, I'll share the video that PPT to you, sir. Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'll share that one later, but there is a technical issue. Stop stop sharing, stop sharing. Sir, I'll share later that that PPT and other things to you. Sorry, that earlier I was discussing about the role of NAAC for the development of higher education. Already I told you the Indian higher education system is one of the biggest system perhaps in the world. Sir, my voice is audible now?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Voice is
Okay,
clear.
okay. One of the biggest educational system in the world. But in connection to this, Indian education system is constantly changing. The constant state of changing and flux due to the increasing need of expanding access to the higher education, impact of technology and delivery of education, increasing private participation and impact of globalization. Taking cognizance of these developments and role of higher education in society, NAAC has developed 5 core values. These 5 core values are one actually among the 5, contributing to the national development, fostering global competencies among the student, inculcating a value system in student, promoting the use of technology and quest for excellence. These are the 5 important aspects in connection to the core values of the NAAC. Actually, let me repeat again. Fostering the global competency, contributing to the national development, and developing the competencies according to the global needs among the students, inculcating the value system in the student, promoting use of technology and quest for excellence. These are the major 5 components of the NAAC. The prime agenda of the NAAC is to assess and accredit higher education institution with the objective of helping them to understand their strengths and weakness, challenges and opportunities, and thereby work continuously to improve the quality of education being imparted by them. And one of the major point already from the beginning I have been telling, the quality is the important aspect, the quality of education, improve of the quality of education, and the holistic development of the student is the major perception of the NAAC. For this reason, assessment and accreditation by the NAAC has been made mandatory by the UGC for all higher educational institutions, especially for getting grants from the government agencies. And earlier, actually, it was a mandatory. Now also, maybe tomorrow, they will make mandatory, but that is a minimum grade is required for the to get the financial benefit or the grant from the funding agencies. Maybe that scenario might be we can see in the future days. The vision of the NAAC. The vision of the NAAC is to arrange for a periodic assessment and accreditation of institution of higher education or units thereof, or specific academic programs or projects to stimulate the academic environment for promotion of quality in teaching, learning, research in higher education institutions. That is the one point. To stimulate the academic environment for promotion of quality in teaching, learning, and research in higher education institutions. To encourage self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy, and innovations in higher education system. It's one of the major component to encourage self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy, and innovations in higher education, to undertake quality-related research, studios, consultancy, training programs, and to collaborate with other stakeholders of higher education for quality, evaluation, and promotion and sustenance. These are all the major components with regarding to the NAAC vision. With regarding to the mission of the NAAC, to strive to achieve its goals as a guided by its vision and mission statement. NAAC primarily focuses on assessment of the quality of higher education institutions in the country. As I already mentioned, actually in the quality circle, the quality parameter has to be improved. The quality has to be elevated on par with the foreign universities or on par with the international level itself. That is the one of the major focus, major concept of the NAAC's mission. The NAAC methodology for the assessment and accreditation is very much similar to that. It was followed by the quality assurance agencies across the world, already as I told you, APQN, and even international standard or the international agencies, how actually they are monitoring, they are actually assessing the educational institutions quality parameters in such a way. NAAC is also doing, actually it has got the methodology to assess the institutions on the basis of self-assessment, which was actually expected to make by the, or to take up the task by the institution, and as well as the peer assessment is also part of the NAAC, both which were introduced by the NAAC itself. And these are all the major two facts in connection to the mission statement of the NAAC. And another, why NAAC is focusing much on the quality. From the point of, actually, in my earlier point itself, actually, I have made it clear. We have very good and biggest education system, perhaps in the world. More than 1,100 universities we have. More than 40,000 colleges we have in India. Only few colleges have undergone for the NAAC process and NAAC assessment. And here, 40,000 colleges and 10,725 standalone institutions, which makes nearly 51,649 institutions are existing now in India. The institutions and that educational organizations are rendering human service to the world or the community, particularly 37.4 millions of students are actually graduating from our universities and our higher education system. And even that our the student population is as good as the population of Canada or bigger than the Canada population. It means actually we have to understand the need of the quality and even extension of the higher education to the lower or even grassroots level. That is the one of the major point. As per the new national education policy of 2020, it wanted to elevate the GE or general enrollment rate up to the 50%. Actually, we have not crossed 20 as of now. NAAC is to focus on quality in every aspect. NAAC's assessment and accreditation is a major process, so that to provide the student outcome-based education. Now, actually, we are in RAF, Revised Accreditation Framework of 2017. Now, actually, NAAC is moving forward towards binary system of accreditation. In the next coming days, we have to go for it. And anyway, those who have applied or even applied for IAQ or submitted SSR, they have to undergo for the old system or the existing system itself. Anyway, we have to see that actually how the binary system it works. Actually, we have to see that we have to focus much on that also in future days. Anyway, revised accreditation framework, it is launched in July 2017. This assessment process containing two major factors, qualitative and quantitative indicators. And the third one is the peer judgment. Actually, first one is quantitative. Everything you have to quantify, you have to present the data. And the peer team will going to assess the quality metrics. And ultimately, they will give the marks and they will prepare the peer team report. As per that, actually, NAAC will going to declare the final grade. And even everything is objectively and transparently, that process is taking place. The NAAC peer team is also has to do the exercise objectively and transparently. Towards the extensive use of ICT. Actually, in the present system, there is a totally that is a dominated or actually extensive ICTs it is used for the evaluation of the institutions. In terms of simplification of the process, drastic reduction in number of questions. Earlier, it was that SSR was just like as a PhD thesis. Now it comes actually within around 100 and 120 pages. That will be the maximum. And even the number of questions are also reduced. Number of days visit is also reduced. Introducing the pre-qualifier for team visit is the 30%. Actually, whatever the data you are going to furnish or you are going to upload, you need to get 30% of the marks, system generated score. Then only they will going to they will ask you for to pay the amount with regarding to the logistics and the on-site visit by the peer team. Revised accreditation framework, it introduced system generated scores, SGS. It is known as a SGS, system generated course online evaluation process with regarding to online evaluation process. But online evaluation process consisted of 62%. Please note this thing. 62%. Remaining 38% goes to on-site visit, that is called qualitative metric. The qualitative metrics basically focuses on the on-site visit. Actually, you have to showcase what you have in a proper manner, in effective manner itself. In introducing the element of third-party validation, data validation and verification, DVV. The NAAC will not do this exercise. They will assign this exercise to third party. We may not be knowing it, who is doing it. And it is a confidential matter. The DVV process, it will be taking and it will be done by the technocrats, particularly technocrat. They technically, those who are experts, they used to have this process. And in providing the appropriate difference in metrics, weightages, benchmark, and autonomous colleges for autonomous colleges, universities, and affiliated and constituent colleges, it is a different thing. Universities will have their own different benchmark. Autonomous colleges will be having more benchmark as well as the parameter. But the criteria are one and the same for autonomous college, universities, and the colleges affiliated and constituent colleges. Participation of the students and the stakeholder, or that ultimately we can call it as a stakeholders, is a must in this NAAC process. Participation of the stakeholders, it is a must. It is a major one in connection to this one. Assessment and accreditation process by the NAAC, 7 letters, particularly just I'll move fast. Q stand for, okay. 1 minute actually, I'll shift to another system. Yeah. Janagidevi.
ಇದು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗಿ ಸರ್
Sir, Q stands for quality for excellence.
preparation before, during and after the accreditation process, institution information for quality assurance. It is very important, dear friends. Try to understand the concept of IIQA. Earlier, LOI, actually, it was known as a letter of intent. Now, it is institution information for quality assessment, IIQA. Next is the submission of SSR. Submission of SSR, it means the metric data and optional metric selection was there earlier. Now there is no optional metric selection. DVV, data validation and verification process now. Actually, DVV is the very important aspect. 62% of the DVV, it focuses on the validation of the data which you furnish, which is furnished by the college. PPT is visible now?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes,
First,
okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the technical inconvenience. I was discussing about actually the preparation during and after the accreditation process. IIQA, it is important for actually, let me tell you, dear friends, every college has to apply for the IIQA. Earlier, it was known as a LOI, letter of intent. And even in the while submitting the SSR, you need to furnish the documents qualitative and quantitative both. And finally, DVV, in the DVV process, they will assess only the quantitative data. As per that, actually, they used to calculate the marks and the pre-qualification. As I already told you, 30% is the must to get the minimum marks to qualify. After pre-qualification, peer team visit will be taking place. For that, they used to ask to pay the logistics and the remaining fees. In the first phase, actually, we have to pay the payment also. And the peer team visit and assessment outcome. Dear friends, now that slide is clear now. Let me
Yes,
answer
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
Actually, slide is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Slide is visible now.
visible, sir.
Yes, sir. It is visible perfectly.
Sir, yes, sir. It is clearly visible.
Okay. That's good, pretty good. Good man. In the self-study report, in the self-study report, okay. In the self-study report, the 1000 weightage will be there. The qualitative and quantitative metrics. The qualitative metrics focus 38% now as per the latest changes. Remaining 62% goes to the data, the quantitative metrics. But here, the first phase is the IIQA. After the approval of the IIQA, you will get 45 days to fill the SSR. Afterwards, actually, submission of the SSR, they will go for DVV, data validity verification. In case of quantitative metrics, list of documents required are listed in the manual. Actually, please go through the manual and SOP. Dear friends, actually, you must have to focus much on the SOP. As per the SOP itself, you have to go accordingly and you have to prepare the document. You have to upload the document. Certain documents are not accepted, and actually NAAC is expecting relevant document, authenticated document, and even they need to be arranged as per the list contained in each metric. Actually, as per the each metric, there is an SOP. As per the SOP itself, you have to furnish the document or you have to upload the document within 5 MB. There will be a the concept, it is there in the NAAC manual itself. And even there are 7 criteria. According to the recent or the present system, there are 7 criteria are there. First criteria focuses on curricular aspect. Second criteria, it is focused on teaching, learning and evaluation. Third criteria, which is focusing research, consultancy and extensions. Fourth criteria, it is focusing on infrastructure, learning resource, student support and progression. Sixth criteria, which is focuses on governance, leadership and management. Seventh criteria, it is focuses on institution values and best practices. And even another important point, earlier actually there was a 70, now actually it reduced to 62 and 38, but already I mentioned that. But with regarding to that, quantitative metrics are judged by the mechanical system or the digitized mode. By this, through the softwares, marks are generated over there itself, while the qualitative metrics are judged by the peer team. Even now it rises to 38%, the weightage is given now. And even there is one feature that checks how authentic your information is. When they run this report, this software will going to assess, generate the marks immediately there itself. And even the entire process is known as a data validation and verification process. Valuation and validation process. This DVV report shows how much the deviation is there in the information. If there is any deviation, they will ask you to furnish the document. The NAAC will going to ask you, or so that if the information provided as more than a 15% of the 15% deviation from the real information, the particular institution will be declared as or debarred or blacklisted for 1 year. Actually, any deviation or the misinformation or false information, if the institution is furnished, then they will have to face the consequences for that. And even they will going to confiscate the fees and they will debar the institution for 1 year. If any malpractice it is done by the institutions, even 5 years they can debar from the NAAC process or the NAAC assessment itself. And even what is the grading system? This entire process system actually, already I told you, DVV is the major thing, 62%, remaining 38 goes to the on-site visit. Actually, both we cannot neglect. Actually, both we have to take it as a serious DVV as well as qualitative as well as quantitative matters are very important thing. And even it is very important aspect. Even outcome of the NAAC process. Even for the understanding of NAAC grade system, we need to first understand what is NAAC outcome report. The final result of the assessment and accreditation exercise will be an ICT based score, which is a combination of evaluation of qualitative and quantitative metrics, both qualitative and quantitative metric. This will compiled as a document comprising 3 parts. Actually, the NAAC report or the document comprise 3 parts. Peer team report will give you institution at the end. PTR will be now sent to NAAC directly. The peer team report will going to sent by the assessors directly on the same day itself. NAAC will integrate that reports and grades are given by the peer team with the system. It's ultimately declared the total result that is called NAAC outcome report. There it contains the qualitative metrics weightage marks and the quantitative weightage marks, both actually are combined. And finally, they will declare the grade. And even to ensure the transparency, uploading of IAQA, SSR is a mandatory, and it has to be uploaded to the college website, and even everything it is visible, and everyone can easily access to the website of the NAAC, and everyone can see that and to take the printout. No secrecy or no hiding the thing. The institutions will have to upload their entire data to their particular website, and even data template sheets, and is very important thing actually in the SSR process. Filling the SSR, particularly for quantitative metrics, data templates are very important. And every year we have to upload the AQR. Actually, it is a mandatory nowadays. We all know that actually, dear friend. Every year we have to furnish and upload the document of AQR. In future days, might be this AQR will going to serve as a purpose of SSR in future days. And another important point, accreditation outcome report certificate grade sheet, which will be sent to the NAAC after the visit, and within a stipulated time, they used to send that document to the institutions. And even the qualitative information will be evaluated by the third party. Already I told you, the qualitative metric or the qualitative aspect, the parameters will be assessed clearly by the peer team. But one thing actually, let me tell you, friends, you have to showcase that what you have. There is no need to actually worry about the things. What you have, better in a better way, in a systematic way, in a visible and in a legible manner, or anything actually you have to project in an effective manner. Then only you will be get good rewards or in the form of marks. Even if any information supposed to be, if you furnish, there will be a penalty, there will be a punishment from the NAAC. Actually, in connection to that, they used to for teaching the, or even the withhold the result, as well as nowadays many colleges are undergoing for reassessment, revisit and re-DVB, and all these things are going because of actually there is a, if there is a any difference in the, or actually slight difference between 10%, there won't be any problem. If there is a much differences, they used to ask the go for revisit or even for re-DVV, anything it may happen. And even in connection to that, if anything, it is relating to the criteria wise score or anything, it is if you are not satisfied with the assessment by the DVV or the peer team, at the time you can go for that appeal to the NAAC within the 30 days of that declaration of your result by paying the 1 lakh rupees plus 18% GST. Appeal committee will consider and make recommendation to executive council, whose decision will be final and binding. And even they used to re-look into the assessment which was made by DVV or the committee, the NAAC committee, whatever actually they assess, those things will be re-looked. And finally, they used to have this final result. Those who want an improved accreditation status maybe apply for reassessment after 1 year. This also another important point we have to be noted. If you are not satisfied or not convinced the result actually, or the result which was declared by the NAAC, 1 year after the completion of 1 year, you can go for reassessment. Many of the institutions have undergone for the reassessment, and after that they got a good grade. This procedure will be the same, and fresh actually have to submit the SSR. And the earlier committee, whatever it suggestion was given, it has to be implemented and it has to be carried forward. And even institutions are requested to initiate the process during the second half of the fourth year. For the general process, it is the second part of the fourth year, that within the 6 months of the the final date for the exhausting of your accreditation, at that time, before 6 months itself, you have to start the process. You can apply for the assessment. That is the for second subsequent cycles you can apply. And even part 1 actually, that in the SSR, it is very important thing, dear friends, dear colleagues, actually, this is very important thing. You people are doing this exercise. Assessment outcome, actually, that's the peer team. In the peer team, general information, it is there. And criteria wise analysis and qualitative, whatever that actually the criteria wise qualitative aspects, actually, if you written or focused, or if you showcase, those things will be again, it is highlighted and it is rewritten by the NAAC peer team, what act on the basis of the ground reality. The criterion wise analysis report, it is also there, and overall analysis, SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities, and challenges of the institution. And one more thing, actually, I would like to tell you, dear friends, don't write more weaknesses. Many colleges, as per as connection to my knowledge, they used to write more weaknesses rather than the strengths. And even for that, actually, my suggestion, stick on to the 4-5. That's enough. The genuine one. And some weaknesses you cannot tackle easily. You cannot go that things actually that it cannot be resolved. Those things can be highlighted. Minimum things don't write in the weakness column. And even recommendation for the quality enhancement in the institution, that is major 10 points will be the members or the peer team can suggest you 10 recommendations. The recommendations will have to be fulfilled for the next coming assessment. Actually, within that, you have to develop. This grading system is A++, that we have that now we have A++, A+, A, B++, B+, B, C, and D. And even D is not not eligible, actually. D, C grade colleges will get grades. In some state, they will government is made mandatory as a B grade is a minimum to sustain. And even some states, actually, even C+, those who got, actually, they are carrying that are receiving the grants from the government. And even next subsequent cycle onwards, the methodology for subsequent cycles, accreditation is remain the same. Whether it's a first cycle or whether it's a fifth cycle, there is no difference. Due consideration would be given to the post-accreditation activities resulting in quality improvement, quality sustenance, quality enhancement. In the SSR, institutions opting for subsequent cycle for accreditation need to highlight significant quality sustenance enhancement measures undertook during the last 5 years in the narrative not exceeding 10 pages. Actually, those things you have to identify and highlight what you have the quality improvement have made or done in the institution. A functional IQAC and timely submission of annual quality assurance reports are mandatory. Minimum institutional requirement, MIR, it is known as a MIR. Here, actually, 2 points are very important. As far as connection to, I told you, IQAC is playing a prime role, important role in quality parameter. IQAC coordinator is next to the principal. He has to focus much on the concept. And anyway, annual quality assurance reports it is a mandatory. You have to upload and you have to submit. It is a mandatory. Minimum institutional requirement. It is a voluntary for second, third, and fourth or subsequent cycles. And even institution intending to be assessed to continue their accreditation need to apply afresh or by submission of A&A assessment and accreditation application during the last 6 months of their validity period, as I already mentioned you. Even benefits of the NAAC, it expands the placement opportunity for students. International companies, international agencies would come to your institutions to select the student. Edge over the university students in terms of teaching learning process, gives an instant recognition to alumni, and even improves the admission process, and everything will be assessed on the basis of the outcome itself. And even it improves the admission in terms of that actually the institutions can earn money also. A definite change, better academic exposure with different fields, labs, workshops, opportunities. Let me tell you one thing, friends. Whatever it might be this result, your institution infrastructure will going to improve. And even somewhere, I think some of the institutions got the very good infrastructure, and even for every 5 years, and even the quality also certain somewhere actually it also improved. It accelerates exchange program tie-ups with the universities and the international university. Win-win for student, faculties, and better intake, teacher quality, teaching learning process, infrastructure, ICT facilities. Certainly it will going to increase after the NAAC. And another important thing for the institution, fund mobilization. Many institutions will get funds from the different funding agencies on the basis of their grades. If any institution got A++, they will get more benefit than any other institution. Here, it betters planning and resource allocation, and even brand value also increases. Everyone is trying hard to increase the brand value. The brand value, it increases the image of the institution, gains the UGC recognition by the UGC, and boosts the research activity and even consultancy activity, offers positive impact on the institution, better admission, superior faculty hiring, and brings more efficient employers, quality, and set procedures for daily institutional activities. One thing actually, institution will also going to win. The students, the stakeholders will also going to win, and particularly employers will also feel happy after actually if the institution is getting good grade. And even overall improvement in the assessment, the quality, if it is improved in the institution, and NAAC is also that actually assessed in a proper manner, even the institution's quality will going to elevate for higher level. The quality has increased and improved because of the NAAC. Particularly institutions are the basic infrastructure is also improving, the quality is also improving, and even self-IQAC is also must. Every college should have an IQAC center which will ensure the quality for every process that takes place, and it is a managed. And already I told you, IQAC plays pivotal role. IQAC coordinator is next to the principal as from the point of quality circle. Then the mandatory internal audit. Internal audit is a mandatory administrative audit, academic, and other audits also mandatory. And even that could be done by the outside agency, and within the college also you can have the audits. Anyway, even in this connection, we have to see that actually how the things are moving forward. And next is the concept is transparency is also increased. Transparency is also increased. Everything has to be uploaded on the website. Hence, actually, manipulations are less. If anybody manipulated, they will be blacklisted. You go to the NAAC website, you see that actually how actually some institutions are debarred or even blacklisted if you furnished that false information. Even a process starts with IIQA. The first process, it starts with IIQA, Institutional Information Quality for Quality Assurance. Next, SSR. After the approval of the IIQA, within 45 days, you have to furnish the SSR or to upload the SSR. No hard copy. There is no need to submit the hard copy. IIQA, after that, actually, SSR, it through digitized mode itself, I have to send. And even earlier, there was a concept called non-applicable metrics. Now, they have taken back. Now, for 1,000 weightage, you have to furnish the data. Even here,
Sir, excuse me.
earlier actually, when
Hello?
it was introduced,
Hello,
earlier
sir.
70% was there, 30 was there. Now,
Hello.
system generated is 62 and the peer team is at 38. It goes already. I have mentioned it. There is no need to again to. And one more thing, actually, I have not mentioned about student satisfaction
Excuse me,
survey. In 2.7.1, you have to
Hello. Sir, excuse
upload
me,
the
sir.
details of the student. Randomly, they select the 10% of the student from your college. They will check that they will have the questionnaire. On the basis of the questionnaire, they will assess the quality, how actually it is imparting, how the quality is elevated, how the teaching
Slides are
learning
not
process
moving, sir.
it is
Excuse me,
taking
sir.
place. They will get the weightage is there, 60 marks. 60 marks weightage is there. If you convert it into 4-point scale, 240. If you can score up to the 3.9 and above. And even the key indicators for actually almost all my colleagues belongs to affiliated college. I believe that there are 7 criteria. There are 32 key indicators are there. In the qualitative QLM, 22 qualitative metrics are there. 22 qualitative metrics are there. 34 quantitative metrics are total. 56 metrics are there in the present process. Here already I told you the weightage in connection to the curricular aspect. The curricular aspect, that like this.
Excuse me, sir.
This is the key indicators, dear friends, actually already I have mentioned. That the criteria 1, it has got 100 weightage. In the 100 weightage, the curricular planning and implementation 20, and academic flexibility 30, and curriculum enrichment 30, and feedback goes to 20. Feedback actually, the student feedback, the IQAC will going to do this exercise. Second criteria will focus us 350 weightage is there. And I will discuss that qualitative metrics. Actually, you need to develop this concept. And another research aspect with regarding to the weightage, 110 weightage is there. In the 4th criteria, there is a 100 weightage is there. And even student support 140 is there. And even governance and management system, that is 100. Criteria 7, it focuses 100. Institutional values and best practice focus. Particularly the values and social responsibility of the institution is focused 50. And the best practice 30. Institutional distinctiveness 20 weightages will be there. And even guidelines for the how actually you have to fill the information, and how you have to focus much on the concept of the qualitative and quantitative metrics. First thing, actually, let me tell you, you go through the NAAC manual, and another thing, you try to understand the NAAC, what is going to expecting. If you wanted to understand it, you need to study the SOP and the benchmark. If you are properly understood the manual, SOP and benchmark, certainly you will be better, rewarded better, good marks. And certainly you can score. And even one thing, actually, let me tell you, you have to showcase what you have. in your institution. What you have in your institution, you have to showcase in a better manner, in a systematic manner. There are tips to various places in the portal, such as metrics, submetrics. Upload the documents as per that actually what exactly NAAC is expecting. Institutions are required to go through the respective tool tip through before filling the data. And even you have to limit the data within 5 MB. You have to compress it. Actually, while compressing, there should be legibility and the proper clear of that document whatever you have, whatever the document you are uploading, actually, there should be clarity. And even the size of the document is also within 5 MB. It is very important. Now, there are sophisticated softwares are there to compress the document within 5 MB, and there are that it needs actually technical expertise, their support actually with regarding to this one. The data of the student satisfaction survey to be submitted by current year student data you have to furnish through online itself. It consists of their phone number, their email ID, and others. They will send the questionnaire to the email ID and they will get the information. And sometimes actually they used to assess the student over the phone, and whatever the language you belong, they will interact with the students with the language. But the NAAC will going to do this exercise. NAAC office will going to do this exercise, but the rest of the things will going to done by the NAAC DVV partner. And even higher education, which have to submit their self-study report for any reason does not complete the A&L, will host they will have to host their SSR in the college website, and even NAAC also host it in the NAAC website. And even the over a period of time actually that everyone can see and everyone can take your SSR, and even there is a transparency in this matter. In this connection to that, actually, there is a query in connection to the DVV. 15 days time they will give. Within the 15 days, you have to approach, and even whatever the questions they ask, actually, you have to systematically, you are expected to approach and furnish the documents what DVV is expecting. The competent authority has to sign the put signature, and sometimes actually that will going to become a major. If there is any deviation more than 15%, certainly the things will be, you know that already the punishment 1 year they used to keep in the blacklist, or the institutions will go into blacklisted. Higher education institution which do not comply to the DVV clarification process, assessment and accreditation process of such institutions will be terminated at the level of the DVV clarification, and the fees paid by the IAQA and SSR will be forfeited. Already I told you, such institutions will apply for accreditation after 1 year from the date of declaration of decision by the standing committee. Even the grading system, 3.51 to 4, actually A++, 3.26 to 3.50, A+, 3.01 to 3.25, A, 2.76 to 3, B++, 2.51 to 3, B+, 2.01 to 2.50, B, 1.51 to 2, C, and even below that, D. These are all the major things. And the colleges will have to pay in the 2 phase fees. For IAQA 25,000 plus GST, 1,50,000 plus GST for the institution. Second installment also you have to pay that. But the fee payment is differ from the affiliated college and standalone institution, university, and autonomous colleges. Everywhere actually you have to pay. And the second phase you have to pay the logistics fees for the assessment. Even there, in fact, actually you have to furnish ISH code. ISH code, it is a mandatory. Submission of the AQR is a mandatory for subsequent second and subsequent cycle. And it has to be hosted in the college website, and these are all the mandatory information which is expected in this system.